welcome to What We Thought Would Happen, and let's toast.
Hi.
The lovely and talented
Yay.
Jann Karam is with us.
Hi.
Yay!
You.
You know,
Hi.
the last time Jann and I were together, we were in a show called Mermaids on Broadway, and we were both in a giant tank swimming around.
Wait, isn't that Sharon Christina Ricci?
And
Or is
you
that
helped
Bette
me
Midler?
zip up my tail.
Yeah, it was Mermaids 2 then, or maybe we were just called the Fish of LA or something, or Fish
he was
Hollywood.
Barbie.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
Anyway,
right. But
you met her
we're
swimming
working
in a
all
fish
the time.
tank?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we were swimming in a fish tank. Okay, maybe it was a community theater thing. I don't know, but it got great reviews, and we were both, very lucky. And we've been barflies ever since. Barfish? No, but Jann was with me when I met Garrett. We came in.
Oh,
Yeah.
You were there the
When
moment.
I was, we were sitting in like a horseshoe booth, right at King's Inn or King's Road Inn or whatever.
Yale Rustic.
Yeah, okay.
And we had
Oh,
just
I
done a
love that.
show.
And you said, let's go get a drink.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
I get to hang out with Laura.
I know. And
Then-
Jann, we had just done a show too. Was it the Improv? We were just at the Improv, and then we went to
Yeah,
get
I
drink.
think it was,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And we went in your I want to say your like old lady rich car.
Oh God, what was
But
it?
it's not. You're not old lady. But the car is like it's a Mercedes. It's like an old lady
Oh
rich
shit,
car.
Jann, I don't even have that car anymore.
Oh man.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
supposed to sell it to me.
I was?
funny.
Oh,
Oh,
son of
ouch.
a bitch. Really? Jann, you should have reminded me.
I
Well, you know
know.
what? I found out it was rusted out all on the bottom. It would have been like giving you like a
It
death
was a
trap.
I know,
Mercedes, like
see-
a 4-door.
Yeah,
like a
it was
big-
pretty.
Yeah. It was so perfect for you with your martini, your
No.
Mercedes, your
I- sedan.
sedan.
You're both
Yeah.
rusted out on the bottom.
We're both rusted out.
Yeah.
Me and the car rusted out on the bottom. Tons of mileage. And but anyway, no,
Then
that
we
was
went to Ye Old.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're sitting there, and then they came swarming in. But for you, not for me. They just ignored me. But they were
no, no.
Who are they? The boys?
Doug,
The
Garrett,
sailors?
it was Doug Millard and Garrett.
I know Doug.
Yeah, they were
Wait,
friends.
wait.
Yeah.
So you knew Doug?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You
And
know
he
Doug?
said,
How do you know all my
no,
friends?
I knew Doug from, we had just done a festival. We had just met. And Garrett at this festival, I think it was in Wilmington maybe. And then I guess Garrett told me later that he said, oh, that's Laura Kightlinger. I've always wanted to meet her. So then we all met. And Jann and I were just going to drink and shoot the shit because we didn't get to see each other that much.
Right.
And when our drinks came, I said, well, not to be rude, I said, well, we're going to go sit. So, if you
Oh,
guys want to
right,
join
that's
us.
right.
But remember, Jann, I didn't think they were going to join us. And then 2 seconds later, they were right sitting with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
right.
Doug and,
And it was,
Garrett.
And Garrett,
it was
yeah.
Garrett to my left. He was at the boys on the end, of course, girls in the middle.
Yeah.
Of the horseshoe booth.
Yeah.
And then, so it was Garrett, and then me, and then you, and then Doug. So I had to talk to Garrett while Doug was seemed to be hitting on you. But then it ended up that Garrett got your number or something.
Oh,
Somehow
that's
you
funny.
ended I thought for sure you'd, but Garrett was the better choice.
And Doug's married now. But here's the
okay.
thing. I think you were supposed to be with Garrett.
Oh, right.
And I was supposed to be drunk alone.
Just go home alone? No. Why is that the end
And
of the
look
story?
at, I'm going to get, and this is something I always
Okay.
talk about.
But it's-
my long fucking arms. I can't stand it. So
Laura's always talking about her
What?
ape
Oh.
index.
I want to give this jacket to Jann because
Wow.
she's
You wanna
normally
try it?
That's a good
proportioned. Look at her.
No.
Look at
Do you
Jann's
wanna-
look at your great rack. Let me.
Oh,
objectify
look at
you.
my
That's
rack.
how we got to
That's
that.
my
Exactly.
perfect
That's what
rack.
the
That's
whole
not
thing
going to
is.
fit me, Jann.
Just try it.
Look,
Yeah,
you're
do
going to be
it.
shocked. All right, I'm
No.
going to try.
Also,
I'll try.
That's
But it's not
a
going to fit me.
3/4 length. The
me see.
sleeve.
Okay, this is going to humiliate me further.
No, look, it's
cute.
look
See, that's
how
how.
cute.
Oh
Well,
wow,
that looks good on you. See,
it?
that's great.
Oh.
With my garnet necklace that you gave me.
Honestly-
But that looks much better on you. Okay, look. Okay, I
Oh,
have
how
this
cute.
on.
That's so cute. No.
No,
That's
it
You don't
fits.
think
normal.
so?
Yeah,
No,
it
I
fits.
don't know. It doesn't.
That is
fit.
normal.
Look at your great rack. Why is
Oh,
everybody's
how
rack
cute.
out?
You're smaller
That
than
is
me.
adorable.
No,
Look, get on the mic.
look, you're so much smaller than
No,
me.
no, it's
I
like
can't
that
zip
on
it.
me. I don't zip
You're
it
not
either.
supposed to zip
They
it.
told
Well,
me to
you're
buy
gonna
it
have
that
both.
way. All right.
You've got
No,
both.
it looks good on you.
I like this better on you.
No.
I
You
think
look
like if
great.
if I was like walking around with it for the day, this would be up to my neck.
No, it's
Just
cute. I mean,
because.
it's look. I wore it once for my headshots, and then I wore it today for the show.
Oh.
And you have the chance because it's cold and rainy.
Look, this is
But not
this
in
is
here.
Isabella DeMarco though. Okay, well you're
Oh.
leaving
Yeah,
with
keep.
it.
It
Wait,
looks great.
who's Isabella DeMar? Is that like a
No,
famous?
like you know what I do?
Did
I
Did it look
always
good on me?
Yeah, it looked beautiful
Okay.
on you. I always
Yeah,
go
it did.
like I always go like on eBay or whatever, and I
Yeah.
just go Italian designers because a lot of them you don't even know about. And
Well, that sounds like it could just
You're
be
such
any.
a good shopper.
I know.
wanna-
I kind
I'm
of.
gonna
That's
come
what
over
all I
shopping
really
with
want to
you.
do is shop.
I know. All I want to
should
do.
become a store
all I wanna
detective.
do.
I know.
Shop.
That's.
But then I would let
All I
people
wanna
take
do.
stuff.
No, that's
she
how
gives-
you take stuff.
Oh,
She
oh,
gave me this. This was one of her finds.
yeah, that's pretty, Jan. I
How
like
did you
that.
meet
The
Laura?
garnet chips.
Well, we know each other, through
stand-up,
stand-up.
yeah.
But do you remember when you met her?
No, in Los Angeles.
I don't
though, right?
remember
and then
either.
We knew each other. I'm like, oh, I love you.
Was she still taking your clothes off and trying to shove you in other outfits then?
No,
I
no,
try to
we-
redress everybody, even
Yeah.
if they don't want it.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
put
yeah.
my shit on
She's a
people.
giver. She's
Yeah.
a
Laura's
good
very
person.
generous.
Everyone loves Laura.
Oh.
That's why I was so excited to do this.
I'm
show.
just glad to see you. You
I
know,
know,
that's what
same.
I feel like. This is kind of selfish. This podcast.
Why?
Because it's like I get to see you,
Hi.
and I get to see Jan. I get to see friends I never see.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the whole
that otherwise
point.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
because otherwise that you don't have to go hang out in a comedy club or a bar
Yeah.
Right.
for 4 hours. I mean, a bar that's
Yeah.
under the guise of a comedy club.
But you know, I fucking missed that. I realized that was my social life, and it was
Yeah.
gone in the
I
pandemic.
know.
Hanging out afterward.
Oh, you like the hang?
I do like hanging out after, not hanging out before,
No.
Yeah.
but doing a set and then hanging out and watching people.
Yeah.
I can't do either.
Oh, really?
I have to do the set and then I have to run screaming.
Yeah, I heard you said that. You don't like hanging out.
I'm so nervous either way.
Oh.
I'm nervous I'm bothering some other comedian who might be trying to get prepared or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
Or I think I did a shit job and I'm not loitering around to hear people pretend to like my set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it all boils down to confidence.
It all is about the
Yeah.
insecurity, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's
Yeah.
why we keep doing it anyway.
Yeah. I
We're
mean,
all
I know
sitting
that.
here.
I'm like, I'm leaving without saying goodbye to anybody because I'm insecure.
Yeah,
And then I get my
because
car
you
and go,
don't feel good about your. 'cause
You hang, though? You like to?
Well, Jan's a real comics comic. She's
Yeah.
been on Carson. She's been on Letterman. She's been on every show you can imagine. She's done stand up everywhere.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Was Carson
Yeah.
terrifying?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, no, I mean, because I was younger, you don't really know. You just
Yeah.
think, oh, okay, I'm doing this now. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it was a big deal, but
Yeah.
the first time I got bumped, and then Johnny was back there, and he says, "Oh, he said something nice to have you on, and just go have fun." And then I got bumped. He says, "Well, we'll have you back." He came backstage. I was like, "Is he hitting on me?"
Yeah.
Oh, he probably was,
If he wasn't,
Jan.
you'd know because he really hit on.
Jan
The
is really
next-
close to Joanne in
Were
names.
Oh.
No, just in names.
Yeah, yeah.
Jan, Joanne. All of his wives were named
Oh,
Johnny
Joanne.
didn't hit on his
right.
women. He just hit his women.
Oh yeah,
That's so
Did he?
you
No.
dodged a bullet. Oh yeah.
Well-
Allegedly.
the guy.
Say it in both cameras.
The guy I was dating, Bill Zamey, who passed away, was writing the Carson the
God.
Magnificent. So
Oh, I didn't
you
know
know
that.
Yeah.
Or wait, what was it called with the
Yeah.
what the fuck is that called? Yeah, something like that.
Kreskin.
Kreskin.
No, it wasn't Kreskin.
That was a real person.
Yeah, no,
How do we-
I can't believe it either. I know they put on put on a turban.
Yeah.
I want to say Carmack. That's not it either.
No.
How
Okay,
do I
but we
not
know.
that.
I don't know it
can't
either.
Call it up. We
I
made
can't
it
remember.
a martini, so I'm three.
I know, it's
I'm
my
three
fault.
sheets to the wind.
when you're talking to Johnny Carson, are you like, oh my God? Or like,
Yeah,
is it?
but
would-
I don't know.
But then do you ever see
Then he
him
came
again?
out. Then the next time. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Tell me. I want to
No,
know.
no. Then the next time he says, "Oh, you're back."
Yeah, and you did
then-
great.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
So he invited you to the chair and all that.
No, I didn't go to the chair. And
Oh.
I found out, though, from Jim McCauley, who booked me on the show, he said that, and it always sounds like, well, I didn't go because they didn't have time. But he said when they have to fill, because then they had to have it exactly the right time because they didn't edit or. It went from 1 to 60, whatever it was.
Right.
So if they had time, they call you over. If there's no time, so the lady that had a parakeet or parrot singing, she went too long. So then if only, I thought, if only I left out
damn.
one joke, I could have gone over there.
Yeah.
If he would
Oh.
have had to fill 15 seconds or 30 seconds, he would have said, come over.
Oh.
And maybe that would have changed the course of my career. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes.
All that shit.
Because they would have said, Johnny called her over.
Oh, shit.
It was a thing even that like in real time to be like, did he call you over? Like that was something you as a performer, like, okay, I want to do my set and then I want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a friend of
Kinda.
ours, Randy Critico, who I did a documentary about
Yeah.
called 60 Spins Around the Sun, he said it was, he was given directives before he went on, don't do an impression of Johnny, don't do this, blah, blah.
Oh.
And he had a killer set. And then he looked over and he goes, and that was Randy Critico. He didn't call him over because he did the impression.
Oh, he went ahead and did it anyway?
Yeah.
Because I think Dana Carvey, my good friend Dana Carvey,
Yeah.
he was doing Carson, and I think it went too far. And Carson was, at first he liked it, but then it was like,
yeah. You start feeling good. You get a little,
and as he got older,
Carson just smacks you down.
Yeah. But you didn't, because you weren't around.
No, and I wanted to do Letterman and didn't get to do that either.
And that's I heard Wendy Liebman, who we both love. And you too.
I'm obsessed with Wendy.
I know. I heard.
That's
great.
Thank you for listening to this.
Yes,
by the way.
no, of course. And you were saying how you didn't get on Letterman, which was crazy because you were the totally perfect
Like
Letterman.
quintessential.
I know. It kills me to this day.
Really?
No.
It doesn't?
No. I mean, I was really upset.
I did. But you know how I had to go past the gatekeeper. And that's how I had to go past. Anytime I got anything, I went past the gate. I mean, I got it through not by the gatekeeper because I tried, and Robert Morton said, "You're not ready for you're not ready for national TV." I said, "What I just did the Tonight Show." He said, "Well," and then I tried for years.
And the person you're talking about was a producer
of Letterman,
gotcha.
Robert Morton.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I sure do.
The early days, and then
and it's like, who is that guy to tell you that you
not
are
ready?
or not ready?
I mean,
for
it's just the
national
whole
television.
thing is just shitty because they could talk to you however they want to talk to you.
Yeah, it's totally up to them.
And it's sort of you believe it at the time, or you're like, bullshit, you're just
you're
kind of
at their mercy, right?
Yeah. Well, I remember I had just done a half-hour special on HBO, and I tried to get on Letterman, I couldn't, and it was Robert Morton. It goes, well, people do this to get that, so why do you want to do it? And I just want to do it.
Like, why is he arguing with
like
you?
just let me do it.
It's just like BS. What do you mean why? Because I wanted to,
Yeah.
But then my friend George Miller, the dearly departed, so he says he was mad because he wanted more comedians that he liked, that he wanted on the show. So he told Dave about me, sent my tape.
Oh,
and then Dave said, Booker.
That's so great.
So I got it that way.
Amazing.
Wow.
But that's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
that's amazing. That's awesome.
And Daniel Kellison, it was his last day when I was there.
Ah, shit. Yeah, that guy.
But I tried getting on with him. So
and he said no.
I think so. I think I couldn't get in.
Yeah, and Daniel Kellison kept me from it too. And Zoe Friedman, but yeah.
Do you get to fraternize with any of the other guests when you're on a talk show like that? Like you're
not
performing,
really,
so you're
because
in your own.
you're trying to like
Nail
just
it.
get ready and hair and makeup right and get your clothes, and it was kind of a nightmare the second one.
Why?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Because I don't. Do you like these stories?
You don't have to talk about it.
I
but
want it. I mean,
or should I
only
be more
got.
upbeat
You're saying
I only
the
got
second
Conan.
time
I
you
only
went
got
on
Conan.
The second time you went on Letterman
it's
was the
great.
nightmare.
No, Conan. I didn't get Conan.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, but because
Ryan
Letterman's a
Kiley
much
tried to
bigger
help
deal.
me.
But go on.
Yeah.
Well, I try. We all try, right? And so it's just so disappointing. Every
it's so
aspect, right?
it's so subjective too. You never know.
Yeah.
What happened on your second? What?
Well,
This is your
so I
second
talked to
Letterman appearance?
Yeah, I
Okay.
talked to the wardrobe woman and I say, "Hey, my pants have slits," and I go the next day. What outfit do you think I should wear? And I still don't like what I chose, but she says, "Oh, we'll fix it when you're there." And I was like, because you only have like seconds.
Yeah.
So I get there early, and then somebody takes my pants, and then they safety pin it, but the pockets are sticking out. Those side pockets.
Yeah.
Like in the front, like flaps. Like
I know. I've had
trousers.
all of mine. I've either had them all taped down or sewed down.
Yeah. So then,
Do you really need to put your fucking hands in your pockets
Yes,
on TV for
yeah.
anything? No, you don't.
no, and also it just it looks bad on camera.
Yeah, it makes you look hippie.
Oh.
because they stick out.
Listen, I've been trying to fashion a waistline for years. Anything I can get
Well,
to
you
make me
can
go
do
in.
it. You'd be fine with it. You
but
could
on
have big
camera,
pockets.
it's different than like on stage. But
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
yeah. You
So
look
it's
like
like
you're waiting
those-
for the bus.
So they take the pants. It's all disorganized. She's nowhere to be seen. And it was I had my robe on until 2 minutes before I went on.
And she
Oh,
has
no.
your pants.
No, someone has my pants. I don't know. And then I called Al Lubell, who was in. I'm going to cry thinking about this.
Yeah.
He was there in the audience. He wanted to watch this time. He went the first time, and he's a great guy. George also helped him get on, and George says, "Can you help her get her pants?" And then they called Eddie Brill. And he goes, "What's going on with her pants?" And then, because Eddie Brill was now there, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't. So then, I guess they finally sewed them down. Like that's all they had to do.
Yeah.
Then I had to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stage manager goes, "She can't go to the bathroom." And I said, "I have to go to the bathroom." And then Eddie Brill says, "Let her go to the bathroom," to the stage manager. So I had to go downstairs and then put my pants on and still have my shit together, be mic'd, and then go.
Mm-hmm.
And I is all I could do to, you know what it's like?
Yeah.
Is all I could do to keep my head like, do not let any of this affect you.
Yeah.
And I went out like razor sharp focus. Like, I am not going to let any of this shit affect me.
Yeah.
And then I killed.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always called when I'm in the bathroom. 5 minutes, Kightlinger, and I'm always doing my nervous pee or whatever.
nightmare.
It's
it
like,
is.
so, right?
Yeah.
I know.
That's so
So that was terrifying. That's the terrifying part.
Yeah.
That was.
Because the whole thing is, it's fine to have all that drama happen, and then you have to perform in like a non-permanent on-camera situation. Who cares? But now you're on TV, which you're already in your head about, right? You're already like, how do I look? Are my pockets okay? Do I like all that shit's racing through your mind?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the caretakers around you don't give a shit about any of like how your set goes.
No, and the guy was supposed to fix my hair. He goes, "I'll do it before you go on," because the guy, I had it done at the hotel because I hired somebody, and then he goes, "I'll do it before you go on," and he just kind of went like this, so my hair ended up being really poofy.
Can I tell you?
And I was
But
just
I
like, he
like
was like
that.
this the whole time. You know,
like I didn't want to do it?
but just kind of they were gossiping, and they didn't, you know, it was hard.
Yeah.
I used to have really long hair on before I did something for TV.
I should talk about the joy of it. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
talk about the joy.
No,
of
no,
it.
no.
It's same. Or I was like, I showed up and I thought I looked great, and then some hair person was like, "Oh, let's unknown product, hands in your hair," and then I go on stage. I'm like, "Oh man, I look like a fucking housewife." Like, no, I wanted, I wanted to look dirty. I wanted to look like unkempt.
Yeah, exactly. You want it the way you look.
Right.
Have you had hair issues?
Oh
or
my
no?
God, all the time. I'm having him right now. But I was just saying, like, how can I fix my hair so you can't see my roots? I've got to go get my roots done.
I know. I told you about this.
Oh, I know.
just
Well,
had
I tried the mascara stuff, but I
I
think you
just
can
had
still.
mine 2 weeks ago, and it's already back. Like, oh,
Yeah.
But what was
in
the
your
joy? Of it?
face. Oh, the joy. I know.
Well, it's great. You go, okay,
No.
Jan, so this is in New York. You go, you have a triumphant set in Letterman, and then you go to a club, and everybody's like, Jan, that's great, right? Like,
No, I didn't. I ended up. My friends were there, and then we went somewhere downtown. I didn't go to any
Oh, you didn't?
catch or any. I don't even think it was catch open then.
yeah.
But did
I didn't go anywhere. Yeah, you know. You
just went out with your
Isn't it
friends?
sort of anticlimactic in a way when you do those things?
Fuck yeah. I mean,
they're kind
where
of-
you think
yeah.
a late night spot's going to change your career,
Yeah,
or you think it's
you
going to
do.
elevate you,
You do.
or at least make you like street famous, all that.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
It's just a lot of weight on it, intensity.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What?
no, well, I was just thinking, like, I remember getting it was a half-hour special, and I was at Nancy Shane's apartment, and we were sitting there on I think it was 45th and 9th or 10th, and she's not there now, but I remember just like flipping through her channels. We just ordered Chinese food. I'm just flipping through channels, like what we're gonna watch, whatever. And then I saw my face and how excited I was.
Yeah.
And the stupid thing I wore, my hair looked like shit.
No, you
and just
looked great.
No. But it
Wait.
was like I was just all excited. I looked like a hairbrush, Jan. I remember it. I had my hair like kind of curly, and like I hadn't like decided what I was gonna do yet with it, and I just whatever. And I was wearing a little pink outfit, and I looked at my face and I was thinking about all the shitty advice I got, more energy and more blah, blah.
Yeah.
But more than that, I noticed like the hope. And that's
Yeah.
what killed me. And that's what I wrote the book. I wrote my book, Quick Shots of False Hope, because that's what I think this business is. Like you have a second of hope, like it's gonna happen for me now. I just did that. But just looking my face, and this was like only like a couple years later. It was just like a rerun. And I thought, you fucking little putz. Like you really thought, and you're so excited. And look,
But it's genuine. Do you think that happens?
and just trying
I
so
thought-
hard.
Oh,
I don't know, or
It's
wanting
hard.
it, or
It's-
whatever.
It's hard to know because everybody's in your ear and everyone's in your face and everybody,
Yeah.
And then you got to balance it with your own, really.
It's.
But I
think
thought your special was great.
No,
it
I know.
feels less like. So to be like a plucky, hopeful person at any other job is like totally fine, but just because you were plucky and hopeful on camera, that's what
Like
really
you think that's not your persona? Is that
yeah,
what-
no, not at all.
or just
Yeah.
that you
And
were
I was just like, and just I
You're like-
remember being really excited, like, well,
Yeah.
here I am,
yeah.
and who gives a
Hey.
shit?
But I mean, but the authenticity, that's a genuine
yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
It wasn't fake.
I
Is
was
it-
excited to get a break. That's
Yeah.
what it is, and that's what I think this fucking
It's really
business is. You get
exciting.
little shots.
Little bits of hope, right?
Yeah.
What's the name of your book?
Quick shots of false hope,
Oh, yeah.
which is approaching its 22nd year.
Is it
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
It's due for a
But
re-release.
that's great that you did
I
that.
agree.
Link in bio or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to- that's for the
Yeah.
Patreon. Everybody gets a copy of your book.
Sure, if you can
Boom.
find one.
Okay.
I have one.
Yeah,
You have a
Laura gave me a
Patreon?
copy of her book, and
Oh,
then every
okay.
other time I saw her, every time she'd say something, she'd be like, "It's in my book if you'd read it."
Oh.
Yeah. Do you mind? You're supposed to be my new friend.
Yeah.
This is like this is my sad story.
She kept trying to elicit a book report I didn't know I was assigned. Apparently, I was supposed
You
to come back
poor
over and be
You're
like,
waiting for the audible.
It's a- I'm a
Say,
narcissist.
Read it to me.
"No."
What
You
did
came
say?
into this as
What
a
did-
narcissist.
What did you say about comics or narcissists with what? Like the with
what?
some. It was really good, and I couldn't remember what it was. I was like, I got to remember
What
that.
on here?
Yeah.
Or there's I don't know,
Narcissists with
confidence. I guess I don't know.
Where did you start? You started
no,
stand
something
up.
like it was great. No, it was something really good. I'm like, that's it. Not
Okay.
us though, but certain kinds.
Yeah. Oh well, the narcissists
I
who
am.
have too much confidence, maybe.
Yeah.
Is it-
Like
no.
we could all name. I don't know. Just
Yeah.
like that, the people that are so confident and still not funny, but it doesn't matter because they have a
Right.
crowd, they have whatever.
Yeah.
And the show I was working on that wasn't that good, which could be anything, right? I'm not talking about
Which is
anything
most of them,
recently.
yeah.
Allegedly.
And I said, and it's just like the delusion of all of it. And I said, well, if the paid laughers in the audience are doing their job, we should be fine if they're laughing because they've been paid to laugh.
I don't think people really know that there are paid not just paid audience members, but paid laughers.
Yeah, I don't
that's
think
a
the producers
thing.
knew. And they really were.
They
Everybody
weren't
was
doing their-
paid to laugh.
Everybody was
And
convinced
did
that
they?
were.
Were they? Did
Yeah,
they
well,
laugh?
I mean, that's the sad thing. Like when things didn't go, it's like, wait a second, these people are paid and still isn't funny.
Yeah.
You can't even make people that's their job to laugh.
You're hiring
I always
to
wanted
laugh.
to be
really fucking
one of the
bad.
paid people on Judge Judy. I wanted to be the people in the courtroom.
Oh.
Like I want that to be my career.
that
They're
would be
paid.
fun.
Are
paid-
they paid?
Yeah.
I don't think you want that as your career.
He doesn't, and
yeah.
he's too goddamn funny. That's another thing.
All I have to do is
Yeah.
go put on a blazer and pull my hair back, and it's another day.
You're so-
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Right.
What
Yeah.
was you
Yeah.
started in LA? Where did
I
you?
started in Arizona, where I'm from.
What
I
was
went
that
to,
like? Like as a scene?
Well, it was a Mexican food restaurant, and then not to like date, but it was like a Playboy club, and they had a nice
sure.
showroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so they had Monday nights, and this guy from he would go to LA and steal all the material, and then do he was the MC, but it was really nice. It was a great show. It was a great because the audience was nice, and it was in a. So then we had a Mexican food restaurant, and then I just different places around town, and then I moved to Chicago, and then I did stand up in Chicago, and I studied at Second City, and then I went to New York because I was like, oh, okay, let me work
that's
my way
awesome.
instead of East Coast versus West Coast.
Did
Yeah.
you love New York?
Yeah, I think did I meet you back then in Boston?
Yes, geez, Jan, that must have been it because that's where I started.
Yeah.
in Boston.
And I was doing
Wow.
I did a gig with Brian Kiley. then.
Yes. Oh, I love
And we
Brian.
did
He's been on the show.
He drove me to the gig, and he's like, oh,
Oh, that's so funny.
yeah, he's been on the show. Yeah,
He
yeah,
is a
he's great.
sweetheart.
Did you like New York?
I did. I love New York.
Yeah.
But I had to leave because the rent was up.
Oh,
I
it's
had
so
to-
crazy.
And it was just kind of time to leave. I wasn't getting spots at the strip or at the Catch, and I wasn't getting spots at the Cellar. And at the time, it was very male.
Oh, it
was-
still is too.
I know.
I mean,
And I never, so I was like, what am I doing here? And then Jerry Seinfeld introduced me to Bud Friedman and Alex, who was at this Columbus Avenue restaurant, said, oh, when Jann comes to LA, you got to put her on. And so that was like a parlay into the,
Oh,
into
that's
the
good.
improv.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I kind of had to leave.
Yeah.
It had changed.
yeah, and I remember the Cellar. Nancy Shane and we had the 1 a.m. and the 1:15 spots
Oh.
when nobody was in the room.
Yeah.
That's the spots
That's
that we got.
dismal.
I was glad when that guy died.
Woohoo!
Oh.
The guy who put it on, he was such a creep.
not
Manny.
Manny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manny.
Oh.
He was such a creep. He
They
would-
didn't really help women at all.
Oh no, him especially. He was so gross, and his mistress was like a
What about
waitress,
Es-
and he was such a
oh.
creep. Esty, I think, was nice, but she would just kind of go along with whatever. But
But
I,
now she books it, right? Or then
Oh,
after
yeah,
that,
The
probably
she-
now
mistress
she does.
waitress?
yeah, like he would never. He like
Yeah.
Is it
everybody knew.
bookstress?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she didn't book. She was a waitress, and then everybody
Oh,
said, "Oh, well,
then she
that's
took
Manny's
over.
mistress." No, but not.
Oh.
That wasn't Esty. It was another gal,
Oh,
a younger.
okay.
Much, and I was just
I
like,
didn't
this little
know.
creep. Like, okay,
If you're fucking the owner and you're still a waitress, shouldn't you be like edging for stage time or something?
he was
She played that
he was
game wrong.
incredibly cheap.
Yeah, she had to work for tips.
Let's just say that.
Damn.
But, oh yeah, no, he was awful. And I remember, man, he said, because Sarah Silverman and I started around the same. I think Sarah started before me. She started like when she was still in college. Actually, she was still in NYU. And she said one day, Manny, we were both trying to get a spot, and Manny said, "Well, you two are cute, so you can hand out flyers, but other than that, you're too hollow to get anything going."
Oh.
Wow.
And it's like, oh, you creep.
Wow.
Yeah, he was awful.
It's amazing how brutal.
Although
Yeah.
It's very brutal, right? So many
Yeah.
aspects of it are
Yeah.
just, you're just trying to like.
Yeah, and that was like 90s. you
Yeah.
know,
I don't know,
which is
if-
a long time ago, but
If somebody
still.
called me hollow, I think they'd be calling me like thin. Right?
Yeah,
like maybe it was like a
exactly.
compliment.
You're very
Yeah.
hollow.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I think we both
Hashtag
took,
hollow.
Yeah, we both
Right.
took it as shallow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And it
I
was
think
just
that's
like-
how he meant it.
Yeah,
don't
I do
think he
too.
meant
He's
it.
gross. Yeah, he was awful. I'm glad he's gone. But anyway, but yeah, and Catch wasn't that easy either. It was all guys mostly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Adrian Tolsch was there, and so she passed me, which was nice. It was
Oh, that's
Adrian,
great.
JJ, and Larry Amorous.
Yeah.
And so she was definitely a woman's advocate, I think.
Adrian was amazing.
She could have said no to me, but she didn't. I was like, this isn't going to happen. And
I met her at
she-
right before I left to come here, and she was really cool. And I was and Bill Sheft I loved.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
his
he's out here.
husband,
I
yeah.
think now,
Or
or is he
her
still in
husband.
New York?
I think he's still in New York.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But they were a
But
couple.
I remember how funny
and,
they were, both of them. I mean, she was brilliant. And
Yeah,
I think he used
She
to
was-
play piano for her too.
Oh, did he?
I don't know. I just
He's
kind of
in a
remember.
band, right? The Truants or something.
Yeah, I remember them being on stage together.
Oh,
a lot.
okay.
I don't know. But
Well, they were, maybe
Anyway.
they had music. They had after every comedian went up, then the band would go up: a bass player, a guitar player, a drummer, and a piano player.
And play a full song.
Well, they had singers too. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where Pat Benatar got her break.
Shut
'Cause-
up.
Yeah.
Wow, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that.
so it was a really nice club in that.
Really?
Yeah, they'd have 3 singers a night, and then they'd have the comedians, and
Yeah.
so that's why it was different in that way.
Oh
But
my
then
God, I worked at this restaurant and they had a jazz open mic. So they had a house band with all the instruments, and then if you just could play one of them, you would come and fill in. And there was this one band. Do you know that song, Me and Mrs. Jones?
Yeah.
There was this amazing, and I was at the host stand of this restaurant, so I just sit there and watch the show every Wednesday. And it was this group; they were all blind. It was like 3 blind guys. It was so good. And so they had
wow.
their sticks. So one would lead them up to the stage, and they'd all sit down at the fucking thing. And then the only song they knew or would play was Mrs. Jones,
Really?
which is one of my favorite songs.
That's
I
a great
fucking
song.
love that song.
Yeah.
And they would nail it and just the drag it out. And they'd fucking bring the house down, and people would lose their minds. And then you only get one song.
Yeah.
So it would end, and then they would all get up and they'd break out their sticks, and then they would just silently leave the stage again.
Oh, shit.
It was so beautiful.
How
I was
many
like-
assholes introduced them as a 3 blind mice?
Well, I mean, everybody. It was it was like every week. But
Okay.
they were. It
Oh
was
my
one of
God.
those. I was like, nobody knows who these people are.
Yeah.
And then some stupid young white kid would try to get up and like actually be a rock star.
Oh, shit.
I was like, you got nothing on me, Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
right?
favorite. I try to do it for karaoke, but nobody knows that song.
Oh,
Really?
they don't?
Love
I thought
No,
everyone
that's
knew.
all.
That's good.
I love that. I know every.
We got a thing. going.
Yeah.
It makes me.
We
happy.
both know that it's wrong. That's my life.
Uh-huh.
That's my life. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love it.
That's your life.
Nah,
I like
in
it.
the early days.
Yeah, we
I,
both
uh,
know that it's wrong.
Yeah, right.
But so what?
Laura, did you work at Catch or no?
Not really. I had a really hard time. Louis Ferranda didn't like me, and we.
Oh, and then it changed because I was lucky. I came at the right time. And then Cynthia Coe took over, and then she was like booking the guys. She goes, "You got to hang out." I go, "I am." It's 2 a.m.
Oh, I didn't.
And
See,
then
I just
never got
missed her.
booked again.
What does that
I mean,
even
Cynthia
mean?
Coe
I
actually
know.
really helped me come out to New York, but I didn't know that she.
Okay.
Yeah, in the beginning, she helped me. I
So
got
that
me
was
an
one
audition,
reason
all
why
this
I
stuff.
left. I couldn't get spots at Catch anymore.
Ah, shit.
I
I'm
know.
like,
but
see-
anyway, but so you didn't get. Oh,
Oh, well, Louis, no, he's like,
Oh,
sorry,
really?
kid.
Are you
well, no,
kidding?
well, yeah, well,
Louis. Louis.
my
Seriously?
audition
He was the bartender.
was the one I got. I had to go up. He goes, "Oh, it's gonna be me. I got a surprise drop in." The surprise drop in was Jerry Seinfeld, who did a half hour, and so then I had to do my first 10 minutes, and
from
I got
Boston, right? You
Yeah.
started in Boston.
yeah. So I took the Amtrak. and got through 5 minutes and and barely got through my set. But I remember seeing Cynthia Coe being super nice after.
Oh.
But the thing that made me laugh, and now I feel like I don't know if somebody told me this or if it happened to me. I've said this story so many times, but on the Amtrak in the morning, and this was like late 80s, and women were still like in their suits and Reebok sneakers, right?
Yeah.
And going to work.
Yeah.
And
That's so funny.
That's a great look.
but I remember a woman came out of the bathroom and we were like on the train and it was just all kinds of explosions going on, all kinds of noise. And I remember this woman, rushed back. He goes, "Hey, you really went for it, didn't you?"
Oh.
But you got recognized.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, I thought he said
wasn't
it to
the
you.
one shit. I didn't shit my pants in the back. No.
Oh.
In the after, I was sitting there, and what I remembered was because she had a big bowel problem in the back.
Oh my
yeah.
God!
And the guy
he
said,
thought it was you.
"It's you assholes, both of you."
That's
I'm
what.
trying
See,
to
That's what I
tell you a
thought.
shit-
No.
I'm trying to tell you a shit story.
You left
that
out the
made me
shit
laugh.
part.
Okay, tell
that
the
made
story
me
again.
laugh was I was on my way to New York.
Yeah.
Unless this is somebody else's story.
Okay,
On the
listen,
Amtrak.
Listen. Okay.
Yeah.
Check. Got
And
it.
I'm sitting there.
on the
I'm
Amtrak.
sitting there,
On the-
nervous. I took the early train there because I had an audition that night, whatever. And this woman had like explosive whatever. We didn't know who went in the
Explosive
bathroom.
diarrhea.
We just knew someone had explosive.
Okay.
And it was a woman who walked out.
Yes.
And this guy looks up from his newspaper and says, "Hey, you really went for it, didn't you?" And
Oh
I
my
was just,
God.
we were all like crying, laughing, and she rushed to the next train.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Because nobody wants to be accused of that. Oh my!
But I mean,
God.
for him to point it out, I don't know.
I thought he was
Yeah, that's
complimenting
funny.
your set.
I hadn't gone on yet. I hadn't gotten to New York yet. This
Before.
is from Boston to New York.
Oh
no
my
wonder you went.
God.
And then Jerry Seinfeld stepped on your set.
Oh
That's a
my-
shitty day.
I
Yeah.
know, but I guess, yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
it all led to how much men hate women.
In comedy.
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this is okay to mention that David Spade owes you $5,000. David Spade,
5,000 at least.
don't you think? Yeah,
I
for
know.
lifting
I was wondering
material.
if that would come up.
Well,
Wait,
you
what's
know
the
me.
story?
I know,
I
you were-
hang on to a
you were
grudge
gonna
like
come-
a mother.
You were going to come with me
I
to
wanna know.
the Irvine Improv or Ontario. You said, "Let's go. We're going to confront him."
Because you know what? Even you know,
What's the story?
5,000. It should be more than that.
What's
yeah.
the
Well,
story?
first of all,
Let Laura tell the story.
Robin Williams, who was an
Is
amazing
dead.
performer, but he inadvertently, I believe, probably inadvertently, was taking material from comics constantly. So he was kind of, comics would take him aside and say, "Hey, that was Steve Pearl's bit. That was Jeremy Kramer's bit. You owe him money."
Yeah.
And so he would honestly, Robin Williams would take out his checkbook and say, "I'm sorry about that. I'm paying you. I'm giving you a check."
Wow.
And so David Spade stole your shit. He owes you a check.
Yeah, right.
He stole your jokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It-
did.
In what capacity? Like he saw you tell them and then you saw him tell them?
Well, then
Just
he
like
did
that?
it. He did it on Saturday Night
Oh,
Live.
he did it on television.
Yeah, he did the Gap Girls, and it was mine.
Oh no.
Shit. That's
Which
a big
is-
bit.
I always feel bad if we talk about it. We're like, "Oh, she's bitter, whatever."
Well, who gives
no.
a shit? You're
You know what I
owed.
mean?
The
Yeah.
SNL packet, like if you're submitting these days, which I don't know what it looked like, but if you right, you're not even gonna you're considered.
No, it wasn't.
maybe to be on.
No, he saw me do it on stage.
No, but what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
yeah.
when you submit it, they say they own it, whatever you submit. And then if you see the sketch on there and can prove it, then they owe you money. But if you see something, the vagueness of like, if it's remotely similar, we don't owe you money.
Oh, it's
if
so
the names,
gross.
if it's that's
Yeah.
the same, but the names are switched, we don't owe you money. But there's all these ways about how they can use something close to the idea that you submitted,
Yeah.
and you don't get to reap anything from
Well,
it.
it's not even like
But I don't
the
care.
legal
That's
part
a big
of it,
deal.
right? It's just more
You know
the
that.
consciousness of it.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah. He shouldn't
So
do
what's
that.
the story? You have a
So he liked my stuff, and he was, and then and he liked that bit and another bit that I did, and I walked into the Improv in Santa Monica and saw him doing it word for word, and I was like, "You're doing my bit," and I
Yeah.
told him, "Don't and I was like, "If you ever do my material again, I'll fucking kill you." He's like, "What?" And then, I mean, I
So he
always
apologized.
wanted to open for him, and then he goes, "Oh no." And then I told him about you did the Gap Girls is mine. He says, I know, I needed something.
Oh my god!
Horrible. That's
and he
not
said,
okay.
"I'll help you get on the show." and
Right.
call me, but then he never, and that was it.
Well, now it's
Are you
time for
kidding?
David Spade to pay up. I don't give a shit. And you know something?
I know how
it's
many
not
more
okay.
years do we have? It's
But
like,
still,
I was still- that's a big,
you
big bit.
confronted him in person, and he acknowledged
He
it.
acknowledged
You
it.
saw him performing it live at the Improv, and then again on television.
well,
And so-
before that, I
Okay.
think it was before. I don't know. It was two different bits.
So
Yeah.
he gets residuals from
Yeah.
that. That belongs to you.
Yeah.
And
do you get residuals?
and I
for
want
Do
to
you
tell.
know the Gap Girls?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
And you know
and the
something?
one thing that made it
That was
popular
okay.
was
Because I do a show that looks really good. You should get it.
Yeah.
The Sales Girls.
That's
Yeah.
them.
That's
And
my-
and I want to just say like what a big talker I am because I said to Jan,
I know.
I'm going to go confront him, and then she
We
said
were
he's
gonna-
in Irvine, and I said that's too far to go.
I know.
That's what a shitbag I am.
You are. Well,
Jan, I'm not going to put up with this shit. I'm going to confront Spade. I
Uh-huh.
know
I'm
that
gonna
little
go with
asshole.
you.
I'm going to do. It's in Irvine. Okay, well, I can't go.
Oh, Irvine. I didn't know it was Ontario. Irvine.
that's
you
too
must-
even
far.
further.
I don't know
even
where anything
further.
is, but that's too far to go.
But if it's any like
don't
consolation
like it.
prize,
Well, maybe
The-
we'll hear from David. He'll hear this and do the right thing.
the only funny part from
Who
the
can pay for my root canal?
from the Gap Girls on SNL as a fan that knows the sketch is fucking Chris Farley going, "Lay off me, I'm starving." Like that's what sold that sketch to anybody who remembers it.
But the whole thing, that's a very
I mean, I know
memorable
that's a
thing.
small
That's
consolation.
okay. You can cinch it. It doesn't fit. And I said, I go, well, it doesn't really fit. It's okay. You can belt it. And they changed it to cinch. You can cinch it.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that. He
Well, that's yours.
acknowledged
That's
it.
not okay. And there are mugs, and I mean, I remember being
I mean
on
that
there.
though, you know.
I remember being, having a bad time there, but everyone was trying to come up with their
Oh,
saying, their sketch, their whatever it is, and there were a lot of sad attempts too.
It's a weird business. You see all kinds of
Yeah.
people get stuff for whatever. We were talking earlier. It's not a meritocracy and stuff like that. But you see something like that. That doesn't motivate you to go out and not you, but like me, I'm like, that doesn't like make me feel like, oh, I'm in the right business. Look at this. That makes me like angry.
Oh
Yeah.
You feel ripped off.
Yeah, it's shitty.
Like,
Yeah.
how are you supposed
And
to?
I was in the Young Comedian special and David Spade and Rob Schneider were in it, but I didn't get. They got picked and I didn't get picked, and to go to Saturday Night Live. Brad Gray, he said, "You're a star. Does anybody manage you?" And I said, "No." And he says, "Call me. We're gonna have lunch. I'm gonna, whatever." Then when I called him, he goes, "Oh, my plate is full." I'm like, "What's that about?" What? Why? I had a great set. You know what I mean? I had a great set.
Yes.
And but so that like that. But anyway, we were in the Young Comedian special together. That's why
That
it's like,
was
and also
huge.
Spades from Arizona too.
Well, I mean, I think it was like outrageous, like that my agent even repeated what Daniel Kellison said, like when he saw my set or wherever. Because, because I had to send him a tape after I got on, and then Zoe Friedman said I didn't, and then I had to send him a tape again, and then he goes, well, it would be okay if a guy was doing this, but I don't know, it just seems weird for a woman to be saying these things, whatever.
Wow.
And so that's why allegedly why I didn't get it. And my at the time it really made me laugh because I think I was at ICM and the comedy agent at that time told me this, and I'm not gonna say what his name is, but then I saw him again at what?
No, I said yeah.
Then I saw him again at like the Just for Laughs festival, and he goes, "Laura, you're so funny. We've got to like just try again with this." And I said, "I haven't been at the agency for 3 years."
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah. I left the agency 3 years ago when you guys couldn't find my tape, and I wanted to add something to my reel, and you didn't know where it was, but have been telling me that you've been sending me out on things.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
That's the
It's
hard
fucking
part. That's
shitty.
the hard part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some guy, I did the Young Comedian special, The Tonight Show, and something else. And then the guy took over at William Morris for this other guy who left, who was a big fan. And then he said, nobody's going to hire you. You're washed up. And I'm like,
What?
I'm like not even 30.
Oh, what a bunch of shit.
I know.
And they would never say that to a man. Never, ever. I mean,
And meanwhile, he
guys
had
keep
me in
getting
his,
chances.
He had me in his office. He'd come and we'll talk about it. An hour, 45 minutes.
And what is that for?
Yeah.
Like, whose ego is he
and then,
stroking?
Yeah. So he's like, you're washed up. What a horrible thing to say.
That's fucking terrible.
I had an agent once. Same thing. It was like he brought me into his office, and it was the front desk girls. I could tell. I was like, they look really unhappy.
Yeah.
And then this guy came in, and it's one of those where he's not even looking at me while he's talking to me about stuff.
yeah.
Won't even make eye contact with me. He's like, we have this weird like.
It's the weirdest
Back
thing.
and forth, and then finally he like goes, I'm just gonna break it down to you. I lost a client last week, and I need a gay guy. I got a fat girl, I got a funny guy, I got a black girl, and I need like a gay
God.
guy. I was like, okay, yeah. And he said it to my face. That's the only
Right.
time he looked at me.
They
Was
got
when he
a
like
lot of
wrote
nerve.
down. I was like, this is what I need you for, to like check a box. I was like, oh my God, why am I doing this? to my-"
God almighty.
But it's like, that's what I get for going to North Hollywood.
oh,
Yeah. Right.
That's what I
North,
get.
well, I don't know. I think
something
that
fishy
this,
going
mine was
on
a
over there.
Beverly Hills agent.
okay.
so.
Look it. We're gonna this year. It's gonna be different.
Okay, Lib, we should talk
Yes.
about the joy. Should we talk
the
about
joy
good
of it
stuff?
all.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like
I
a down. I
love
said
this.
I'm not going to be a downer when I come on
I'm
here.
the one
Joy
that
of
brings
it
us
all.
down.
No. There's
Well,
good stuff.
No, there is good stuff coming for all
But
of
it's
us, for
very
sure.
disappointing. It's like
Yeah.
for the good, it's like there's a lot of disappointment.
Yeah.
And that's why
Well-
if you're abused as a child, you're
Yeah.
used to that stuff and you seek that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And therefore you recreate it. And that's why
Totally.
we're comedians.
Wait a second. Do you feel that way? Wait, Jan. Now, speaking of not being down, taking us down, did you?
Yeah.
Were you abused as a child? Did you have a tough childhood?
Well, yeah. You
Oh,
know,
I didn't know
well,
that.
Well, no, but I mean, when you're used to kind of being scapegoated or
Yeah. Were you the
know,
only child?
rejection. No, three, the youngest of three.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what? Your brothers
when
and
you're-
sisters were mean?
Yeah, it's just, it's a whole thing. Watch the one woman show, Reclining Nude on La Cienega.
I really will. Jan, we all will. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, and George Slaughter produced it.
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's on YouTube.
Okay.
And I've been trying to sell it.
And what is this again? You said
The show, it's like a one woman show that it's a storytelling and stand up and painting. So it's I
that's
paint the
awesome.
story of
Oh, okay. Well,
So I've been
definitely.
I was working on it for many years, and George Slaughter saw it and he said, let's do it. And then in 2015 we shot it, and then we finally finished editing it right before the pandemic. So anyway,
And it's called Reclining Nude
on La Cienega.
That's fucking great,
Finding
Jan.
peace in the chaos.
Okay. I like
But-
that.
but-
Awesome. So we'll
Yeah, you'll watch it. You'll watch it. If you
definitely
want.
watch.
It's
No,
fun.
I
It's
will.
good.
We'll provide a link to it too, so that people can look for it. find
Okay.
it.
we were talking. You paint. I like to paint. Laura paints.
Yeah.
We all paint.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Are
Oh,
these
I've
your
been
paintings?
doing. No, I did a collage. I'll show you in the other room.
Okay, I
It's
wanna
like,
see.
like
Laura
doing
has
most of it.
excellent taste in art, but
She-
you
she-
are
I kind of
talented.
do.
You just
She's
see.
a-
Oh, now
I kind of do.
Now that we think
You
about
have a
it.
good eye for
I
things.
think I think you guys are. I didn't come here to argue.
One of my friends is a really good painter, and she paints a lot too. And she wants to like come over and we'll paint together, right?
I have to have
That's
a painting
fun,
party.
yeah.
But I can't do that because
Do you do acrylics?
the
or
bitch
what do
wants
you
to
do?
like
Okay,
talk
me
and
too.
chat, right? And I'm too
Ah,
busy
yeah, you get it.
concentrating, and
Yeah.
she wants to be like, so anyway,
very
I
zen.
was out. Yeah.
But it's still nice just to be in a room with other people,
No,
your
people-
friends.
they
Can we
interrupt
do?
you.
Can we do it here?
Yeah, we will.
Let's do a
Let's do
painting
one.
podcast.
Let's do one for sure.
Okay.
I would. We all have to. Let's be really divisive, and we each have to do the other person's like portrait.
Okay.
Oh,
Like
I
a
don't know.
round
I'm not
robin.
really good at like.
You do mine. I'll do Laura.
abstract
Laura
and
does you.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then just to keep it even, we'll do the reverse, and then I have to do you. and
Well,
you
I
do
feel a
mine.
little subconscious because I've got I've got a little thing where right here where I put my face in cats.
What?
Like I've got a little stitch right here.
Wait, what
because-
happened with cats? Because
No, no.
The musical?
You know how much I love cats.
I know, I love
there
cats,
I was
too.
helping with this cat, my friend's cat, and I said, "Oh, it's so sweet." And then I got a little scratch right across the right.
I got bit in the face by a chow.
Oh no, chows are so fucking
Chow
scary.
bit
I
my
think they're
fucking
just
face.
they're scary around other animals too. Even though I love all animals,
But is it-
they're scary.
What, chows?
Yeah,
they
they're
are
known to be scary.
Well, hello, Martha Stewart has like 5.
Oh, does she?
Can you imagine who scares who more, the chows or Martha?
Oh, I don't
You think
know.
they have,
That
like, a
sounds
stare
like
down?
that. I just see a room full of chows, even with her.
There's no dogs in the room.
Yeah,
She all
God
names
almighty.
them weird shit like Emperor Mao.
Oh,
She has all
likes
those, like,
chows,
all
huh?
those like rich lady
I had
names.
no idea. That's weird.
She also claims she's been struck by lightning twice, which is insane.
Oh.
Once was her homewares, and the other
No,
was with it.
she swears she was doing dishes.
like I'm being creative. Yeah.
You know when people call their house a name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, when we were at whatever Kinney, like as if that's a man
Oh,
or
right,
some
right, right,
bullshit.
right.
That's
yeah.
disgusting.
Well, anyway, that's what she was like. Well, we were at Balmoral, that kind of bullshit.
Ugh. Well, you
She's
know,
pretentious. I don't know.
I love her,
I
Oh.
won't even.
but yes, she is.
But you know, I love cats too.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I won't even thrift shop and buy a thrift Diane von Furstenberg because I know that she's had her dogs cloned. She had her one dog
that's
cloned
right.
for each of her homes. So she had 6 dogs cloned off her one dog, and that cost $250,000 to do.
To clone a dog.
Yeah. So now I don't like her.
Do you get a bulk discount though? Like
I don't know, but I mean, that just throwing that money away when there's so many animals, so many people that could, use help or a home.
Oprah-
It's disgusting.
We don't need
Oprah
cloning
flew
when we
her-
have enough already.
Yeah.
Oprah flew her Cocker Spaniels to Hawaii on like a private jet. That doesn't set you off. But that's like
Well, she didn't have them cloned. She's just
no,
loves
she's had
them
them
to death.
air traveled. That's
No,
it.
that doesn't bother me at all.
I think.
I mean, I would do that with my dog if I could afford it. I'd have all my dogs my dog and my cats in first class,
I can't think.
and I would
Yeah.
ride underneath.
Cargo. You're
Yeah.
cargo.
I would be in a cage in cargo, and just so the animals were comfortable.
You would,
With that rusted undercarriage.
Oh God damn it! You have to bring it back to that. Gross.
good callback.
Yeah, now my uterus is on the floor all over again.
And it's rusted.
So wait, but you
Your
foster.
IUD.
Is
No,
what-
no, I do trap, neuter, and I trap a lot of cats.
Okay.
And I-
Oh, that's so good.
yeah, but that's a lot of money spent on that.
But
It's
do
a
you
lot.
ever
Well,
keep
I
'em?
know.
I know. I'm
Well, so-
foster. I look
Yeah.
for fosters. I take them to their appointments to get spayed and neutered, and
Here, Jann is helping animals all over the world.
Yeah.
yeah,
and has to figure out how to afford her root canal.
my root canal.
With David Spade milking all of us on the fucking Gap Girls and other material.
I
Of
want
Jann's.
and I asked Mark Gervitz, his manager, could I open for Spade? He goes, oh, he doesn't have any dates coming up, but that was like last year.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a lot, so it's like, okay, mate, then let me open for you then.
Well, then he's going to pay for your goddamn. He's going to give you.
for the
He's paying for your
cats.
and I'm going to tape it. Him paying for your root canal, and he's going to have to sit there. You're
This
so
pod-
goddamn funny. It's going to
Carmack.
be easy to edit this because
Oh,
there's
is
tons
it?
of stuff. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Am I funny?
Jann, so can people look at your Instagram? Where do we find you next to go
Oh, yeah.
and watch?
Yeah.
And where
is your
where
special available or you're still?
Yes,
Okay.
I know. I need to Taylor Williamson said it's so good, and then you got to make people pay, and I was like, I don't know how to do that.
wait a second, but where do you
It's
plug
on
it?
YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
You can go to my YouTube channel.
Okay, what is it?
JannKaram.com.
And Jann, it's Jann
with two N's.
two N's because some people might know it.
KARAM.com.
Yay!
And I have an
Yay.
Instagram. Well, listen, I had more followers, and then they said, "Hey, we deactivated your account due to community guidelines." And I said,
What'd you
"What?
do?
I'm just a comedian. I'm just posting." And then they wrote from a non-reply email, "Oh, it was a mistake. This was like in June.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's back up. Now I can't log back into that old account. I can't. I tried. I even asked a 20-year-old."
Yeah.
Who
yeah.
knew? Like, oh,
Wow.
and I can't get in because I had to start a new one. I only have like 400 followers.
But there's a way.
Oh shit!
I've had a
How
few
do
friends
they do that?
because
though?
they.
And you're supposed to verify. I don't know. Do you know how to verify?
I have.
No, Garrett will help you.
Garrett,
though.
help
He
us
might know.
verify
He'll
and
know.
get back my
Yeah, he'll help
Jann
you.
Karam.
Somebody report
But I'm
on
a Jann Karam
for sure.
comedian.
Facebook. Okay, so someone came to see Margaret and interview her at a show in Seattle, and the interviewer then interviewed me just because I was also in the room. It had nothing to do with that. And then his headline was like, "Open gay comedian loves comedy." Like nothing we talked about was anything about like coming out of the closet or anything or being open, which is such last century. But
Yeah.
anyway, so he posted it and tagged me on Facebook, and some psycho
Oh,
reported that as in like community, and so Facebook also like banned me, shut down my fucking dumb for community guidelines. And then I just got I don't give a shit about Facebook anyway, but I just got an email from them saying, "Oh, we got this wrong," and I linked to see what got me shut down, and it was that article.
oh, wow.
That some psycho third party who hates gay people or hates me or whatever reported.
Wow.
Shit.
But I've had comedian friends who were also like locked out or hacked from
Yeah.
this. So there's a way to get yours. Or I don't want to
We'll
give you false
figure that
hope.
out.
I just can't get I put in the password
Yeah.
and then it says
Oh, 'cause they
then
have
the
to change
two-factor
it.
password. And it's like, okay, and then we send you the code and then you put that and that's like, we don't recognize. It's just like, I can't get, it's a circle.
Yeah, it's
So I
a
just
pain
started
in
and
the
I had
ass.
to do a new one.
Uh-huh.
And, but these are the woes of our career.
Yeah,
true.
and
These are
of,
the
of the new technology.
And the new
Well,
technology.
Look, Jann Karam
We're
is
just-
brilliant. You have to take it from us. She's hilarious. And she had millions of followers. They fucked it up.
I didn't have millions.
Now,
Like,
just take
Daniel's
our-
going to help me get
I'll
millions.
help you get it. David Spade locked her out of her Instagram account.
That
And a
little
fucking
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna.
Are you going to talk? Let's drive to the next gig.
Okay, if he's, the
In
next
your
time
old
he's
lady
in town,
Mercedes.
I have a better car. now,
Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. I think I saw your car out there.
But he
I
has
have
to
a
be like
shitty
in
car.
a 12-mile radius or something.
All right.
No,
the
I
next
know.
time
I wanna
David
open
Spade's
for
in the living room,
Spade,
the next
at
time he's
least.
in the living room, I'm gonna knock him down. I'm gonna say, "Listen, Dave, I'm gonna actually pick him up and shake him."
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I'll go to the
Allegedly.
improv. I'll go like 20 mile. I'll make Garrett go with me.
Okay.
No, maybe we'll hear from him. This is a kind of a popular podcast, I hear.
This is an outreach. You think
According
so?
to Garrett, it's pretty popular.
Is
That's
it
all we
popular,
need.
Garrett?
That's all we
Okay.
need. We
Yeah.
hope so.
Okay.
Jan, I love you. You're hilarious.
Hey.
Are you
Yeah.
doing stand up soon around here?
Well,
Or
you
should
know,
we
I
just
go. You
look
know
at-
where I go a lot is, and it's only like 6 minutes. It's ridiculous, and you don't get paid, but it's like the best audience. and
What?
it is the Comedy Chateau?
I don't know where that
yeah.
is.
It's on across from the Toyota dealership on Lancashire. I mean, it's
Oh.
ridiculous.
It's like new-ish.
You can't even get a Diet Coke. I'm like, Felix, can I get a Diet Coke? He
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
all right, but don't tell anybody. I'm like,
Oh,
Felix,
Jesus.
you're not paying me.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, they pepper it with seasoned people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the audience is just always great. So you
Oh.
can go, you do 6 minutes and you kill. So I don't mind, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, and I go to Flappers and Comedy Magic and little rooms here and there.
Yeah.
But there's
I'll
some
hit
good
you
places.
up for some
Please,
places.
please, please.
Well, we'll let you know.
Where the young kids go.
We heard.
they don't
Jan,
call me.
there's,
I don't know.
Tammy Jo.
Tammy Jo,
Dear-
yeah, she's the one that emailed my agent.
Yeah, she's a producer, and so she said there's a new club on Hollywood and Highland, so we'll do that. Or some
Okay.
other, yeah,
She can. Oh, really? Is there?
yeah.
Okay.
So
should we
we'll
go?
find out? Yeah.
Because you're so funny. I love hanging out with
I know.
you.
I love seeing you too.
and doing
Well, we'll have
stand
to go.
up.
I know.
And then we do our sets, and you're like, "That was great. That was great."
And
It's fun.
maybe the next time I take you to Dive Bar, you'll meet somebody that you
Oh,
fall
yeah.
in love with,
Okay.
like I met Garrett.
I know. I mean,
We just got to find that U-shaped booth again.
I know.
know.
It was
Magic
all
Root.
about
We
the
gotta
U
find
shape.
out.
Yeah.
Ye old
You've
rustic.
got to be
or
smart and funny.
Do you eat meat?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I
never
know.
mind.
Yeah.
I know. I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
I'm a vegetarian.
No, it's good. It's better for you.
But if George
Jan-
Miller knew you, he would have gotten your tape.
Oh,
to
what a
David
cool
Letterman.
guy he was.
He
Oh, I
knew
know.
you.
Well, you know what? Dennis Miller allegedly recommended me way back when to I don't know who, but at Letterman.
Well, I got the Young Comedian special because of Dennis Miller.
Ah,
Because he recommended me, but I had to showcase, but then I got it, which was a miracle.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got a half-hour special. And
Well, I don't know. To me, it's a big deal to be. I would like to do an hour HBO. I
what's
know.
up with all the Netflix specials?
I know.
Why can't you?
I know. Maybe I could, but I mean, I don't know. It's just in my head that HBO is still it
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah.
whatever
We'll
reason.
get an HBO special. Yeah.
Have you watched have we talked about the Phyllis Diller HBO special from 77
No.
where they still call it the home box office? Like,
Oh,
it's
she
killer.
was great.
That's why
she's-
it was a big deal because my mom snuck around to get the box, the HBO,
Yeah,
to get
the
cable.
actual box. Yeah.
Yeah, she slept with one of the guys at the phone company because my mom worked at the phone company
Yeah.
That's
to get a legal
hysterical.
cable
The
to get
lineman.
home box office.
Yeah.
And that's where I saw the Young Comedian special. I remember seeing Bob Shaw on the Young Comedian
Yeah.
special, and he did a bit about the 33 flavors or the Baskin Robbins.
31.
Yeah, 31 flavors. Or maybe it was only 25 then. But anyway, he said he was stoned and he said, I'd like to try that. And he goes, can you just give me a gallon on this little spoon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
that's
I ruined that bit,
hilarious.
but he was, Bob Shaw.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Anyway, and all those
No,
guys.
I know all those. And then now it's just so many comedians.
right.
What do you think
I
about
know.
I just think it's too many. It's a glut.
I know, but just I know, Gary, you'll edit with the good parts, but which is part of it too. Like, I don't even really want to go into and not I was going to say swamp, but that's rude. But I just like,
It's a swamp because like kids who get, I guess like, on TikTok or whatever, they get a following and they're funny to, other, teens
viewers,
and adults
yeah.
or whatever, whatever. And they get tons and tons of viewers.
And they haven't been
they're
doing
not,
stand up that long.
they're not even stand-ups really.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like you're passed by Bud or passed by Catch or the strip or
and
whatever.
you get a special because you have all the followers on TikTok.
But
or
clubs
whatever.
think that your followers are going to come to your show.
Yeah.
And do they?
I don't. Yes and no. I don't have a
Yeah.
movie, but I don't think it always translates that way.
Right.
The people who like watching you this way are not the people who want to watch you this way.
in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
it's very
want. Yeah.
different.
So
Yeah.
so it's kind of difficult in
Well,
that way that it kind of.
The other thing is like with what I see in like
it's hard
crowd
to
work
keep
shots,
the focus with all this.
it's so edited.
Yeah.
So fast that I think people go to a show and they're like, wait, it's not zing, zing,
Oh,
zing,
yeah,
zing,
yeah.
zing.
Oh yeah.
There's pauses. And then the one thing I can't take about it is that when the editing is so fast, they're literally editing out the laughs or where there aren't any laughs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you don't even need an applause break anymore.
Yeah.
You're just
You don't
trying
need
to,
an audience.
Oh, you mean they're
that.
editing like Netflix specials? Or
No,
just
like what you
videos
see
on
online.
Instagram?
Yeah, like reels and things
It's
like
so
that.
fast.
It's fast. And it's like normally you
It's not
wouldn't.
an experience.
But you wouldn't, if it's your special, you wouldn't edit out the laughs.
Yeah.
Just so you can get to your premise or whatever
Yeah.
bullshit stuff. You would keep in the part where you actually succeeded at the joke,
Yeah.
which is where the other people laugh at what you're saying. So I can't take that part where it's like everybody, the timing is just removed.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a hard
person's-
part too, right,
Yeah,
Laura? Is
I
that from
think.
when we like say, and then you learn the
Yeah,
thing
there
of
was a-
stand up and live, and then it's like pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. Like you could let something build, you know, and
Yeah.
then and you get a bigger laugh because
And there-
you go back to it or whatever.
And there's
or,
a rapport with the
Yeah.
audience. There's a connection. There's a thing. There's a
Yeah.
bit that you build. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
not just like, and then you suck all the stuff out of it, all the technique.
Yeah.
Kind
and
of.
just and actually making a genuine connection, like
Right.
but when somebody like when the audience kind of
Yeah.
feels like they're with you.
They're with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never
You're
felt
not just
that.
talking at
I've never
them.
felt
Not just
that.
coming out and go, la, 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 here's what I memorized.
I'm almost
Yeah.
like half of this audience just thinks I'm going to hell but can't say it because they're outnumbered by the other half that's laughing.
You beauty, I don't believe that anymore.
You don't think so?
Not with you.
What?
Oh, I always feel like half the audience is like conservative and wants to kill me.
Well, I mean, there
Oh.
could be, but I don't.
just statistically speaking.
But some of that is like your stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, like
And
it's
that's
fun.
I think.
And
like,
that's
what
what
do
you
we,
want.
What do
Yeah.
we bring up
You don't
with
want it to
us?
be
What
so
do we
generic.
bring?
Yeah, well, especially
Yeah.
being from Texas, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a shrieky faggot. Guess what? I know 75% of that audience knows I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like more fun to be like, ha ha ha.
But
I
then
know
again,
myself.
that starts with the people that believe in God.
well, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
fun to fuck with them the most.
And they're
Yeah,
against
right.
abortion.
They're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're against everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
I
they
don't.
like razor blades.
I don't really believe in people who believe in.
You don't believe in the believers?
What?
I don't care if I have their. I don't
Oh,
care
you
if I
don't
have
want-
their
yeah.
their affection
Oh no.
or their love.
Well, here I'll say this: the best gay sex I've ever had is with a Christian closet gays. I Chihuahua. So whatever that repression does really pans out in
Oh,
the
my
bedroom.
God.
Jeez, do you know that I dated a guy in high school?
Mm-hmm.
I think I mentioned this before. He was the cutest guy ever. He looked like Peter Frampton. It was a blonde kid, and his dad was a minister, and his name was Peter Paradise.
Oh wow.
No, you've never told me.
Holy fuck, yeah. And I didn't even realize till much, much later what any of it meant. We made out, and then he was about to leave. They like traveled. His dad and parents and family. He
Yeah.
had brothers, and they all like, I don't know where they are now, but yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
But I
they
did
called him
make out.
Paradise.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
But he was super cute.
Was it
Nice.
Donny Osmond and he was just using a fake name?
No, he's a blondie. He looked like Peter
yeah, you
Frampton
said.
in the day. And remember, he was gorgeous and was really
But that's
sweet.
the thing about you is you don't capitulate. You know, you keep your voice and you keep your
I'm the same
point of view.
15-year-old that I was.
Yeah.
I think I peaked
the one
at
you were the
15.
one with the wine and like here or whatever you pulled from the table at Coco's or whatever. I worked at Coco's. I'm like, what
Oh,
was
the ketchup bottle, the ketchup
the
bottles,
ketchup
the
bottles?
condiments.
Like, here's your fucking side work.
Yeah.
bitch.
At the Ponderosa. At the fucking
She doesn't do her side work.
showdown.
You're right.
At the Ponderosa.
Well, Jan,
the
thank
Ponderosa.
you.
Well,
I want
thank
you to
you.
do my eulogy. Laura has never done her side work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Laura never did. And by the way, people, Laura never. She was a great comic, but she never did her
Mhm.
side.
Yeah, that's true.
We're gonna put a
I'm so
bump-
glad I got to see you, Jan. All right,
Thank you.
I love you. And
Yeah,
all right,
Garrett's
we're gonna
gonna
see you
kill
again.
us.
We'll do,
Okay.
okay.
No, we'll
Thank
do
you.
it again. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having
know, I'm
me
so
on.
glad.
But
It was a
Laura,
trip.
now we really have to make T-shirts to say here's your ketchup bottles, bitch.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
That's
finally
fine.
we have merch. Okay.
Okay.
Get it? Yes.
That's fine.
Yay.
I took a lot of guts. I think it was, whatever. Because
Thanks
I was
for
about
coming.
to.
That was very gutsy.
Yeah.
Keep that guts.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
thing.
hard,
It
right?
really
'Cause
is.
I keep, it's still the same people. You know what? That's it, Jen. It's still the same middle management, but they're writers
Yeah.
and producers, and I'm still
Yes.
going against that.
Mhm. And they're like, ketchup bottles. You got to do your ketchup bottles.
And they still don't like me either.
But
Well, anyway.
I know, isn't that it? We're always going up against that. And that's what's so like until you go, you know what? I don't want to go up against this anymore.
Yeah. I guess I'll be unemployed.
Yeah. No, because there's really no choice.
It's a lateral move.
Yeah.
It's like,
It is.
You're right,
right?
all of it.
Exactly.
We want to, and then we have opportunities like this one where I get to share the day with you because of all the work that I've done. And I really appreciate it. So thank you.
I know. Well, we're going to do something. And I'm really excited about your special. We're going to check it out.
Okay.
And everyone listening should too. All right.
Yay.
Love you.
Love you.
All right.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.